It started like all those fancy love stories Lagos influencers love to document on their Instagram reels. Private jets, surprise flower rooms, and helicopter shots over Eco Atlantic. But what it became, let's just say if karma had a home address, it would be the venue of Olumide Akambi's wedding. Olumide, a 36-year-old billionaire tech entrepreneur from Ogun State, was what Nigerian aunties described as husband material, imported and triple-layered. Tall, dark, and handsomely quiet, he had built Logi Chain Technologies from his NYSC allowance. By 30, he was already being interviewed by CNN and Forbes. His parents, both retired professors, raised him with humility and a healthy suspicion for over-polished women. Unfortunately, when it came to love, Olu had one flaw. He was a sucker for beauty with sweet mouth and just enough spirituality to fake Sunday morning prayer routines. And that was exactly how Amaka Obiora from Anambra State entered the chat. They met at a fintech event in Victoria Island. She was a brand rep, standing confidently in a red jumpsuit that made men stammer mid-sentence. She smiled like she had practiced it in front of a mirror. Her handshake? Firm. Her eyes? Calculated. She wasn't there to network. She was there to hunt. Olu was the perfect target. They had lunch the next day at the Sky restaurant. Amaka laughed at all his jokes, even the dry ones, and talked about how she was tired of materialistic men, despite clutching a Chanel bag and AirPods she couldn't pronounce. She said she wanted a simple, God-fearing man who valued family, while texting on her phone so much she missed grace before meals. Still, Olumide fell hard. He was charmed by her energy. She danced into his world with the urgency of someone late for a flight. Her nails were always perfect, her waist snatched, her words sprinkled with baby and my king. Within 3 months, she had convinced him to take her to Dubai for rest. 6 months in, she moved into his Banana Island duplex to save fuel from coming all the way from Lekki. And by the 9th month, she was flashing a 7-carat diamond ring, captioned, he asked. I said duh. Hashtag Mrs. Akambi to be. But Mama wasn't buying the fairy tale. Chief Mrs. Mornike Akambi had been a sociology lecturer for over 3 decades. The moment she met Amaka during a family dinner, she smelled pretense the way a lion smells blood. She called me mummy 10 times in 15 minutes, she told Olumide in Yoruba. Anybody that's sweet on the surface has bitterness buried deep inside. But Olu dismissed it. Mummy, please, it's just your Yoruba suspicion. Amaka is Igbo. She's expressive. You know they love family. His mother wasn't done. Did you notice she didn't touch the food until you came back from that call? Or that she asked about your will while pretending to compliment the table decor? Red flags? Oh, they came in flocks. But Olu wore love goggles. Like when she complained his house wasn't warm enough and asked to redecorate with his black card. Or when she suggested putting some of his businesses in joint names for legacy's sake. Or when she fake cried about being rejected by his mother and how nobody had ever made her feel that small. Still, he soldiered on. The wedding day, the Intercontinental Hotel ballroom had never seen anything like it. Gold roses hung from chandeliers. The hall was flooded with soft lighting, glass walkways, and violinists playing Burna Boy's Bona as guests sipped champagne. Olu, dressed in a custom white agbada with golden embroidery, stood in the groom's suite, trying to calm his nerves. His best man, Folarin, was fixing his fila when the planner came in to say, Sir, you're expected in the bridal suite for the joint prayer. Just a 5-minute session before the ceremony starts. Olu nodded and followed her quietly down the hallway, still thinking about Mama's worried eyes the night before. Olumide, there is something not right about that girl. I'm begging you, think twice. As he approached the door, he heard laughter. Female voices. The door was slightly open, and something made him pause. Maybe it was instinct. Maybe it was God. Or maybe it was the way Amaka's voice switched into full-blown sarcasm. Babe, give me 6 months. Once I lock down those property documents and get power of attorney on the tech shares, I'll ghost his boring ass. His money is sweet, but I can't be married to a man that quotes Bible for foreplay. The other girls laughed. One of them asked, "You sure say the guy goes sign all those papers?" Amaka replied, "Leave that to me. Olu is already halfway gone. He thinks I'm his destiny helper. When I'm done, and I'll serve divorce with breakfast in the Bahamas. My next man must be a Yoruba demon with vibes Abeg." Silence. Then muffled giggles. Olu didn't realize his hand was shaking. His breath caught in his throat like Lagos traffic on Third Mainland. The planner noticed his frozen posture and softly asked, "Sir, are you okay?" He walked away. Quietly. Slowly. Back in his suite, he locked the door and picked up his phone. His first call was to Fullerin. "Tell the planner to cancel everything. We're not getting married today." Then he called his lawyer. "I need new wills. Strip everything we discussed. Remove her name from all documents, properties, and shares." The final call was to his mother. She answered on the first ring. "Mummy," he said, his voice low. "I told you," she replied without missing a beat. The hall was a mess. Guests whispered, vendors fumed, and Amaka cried for the first time. Real tears this time. She begged, screamed, tried to accuse Alumidi of being a liar. But when he presented an audio recording and replayed her own words in front of both families, her mask shattered like cheap glass. Her parents were embarrassed. Her father muttered, "Eneni, you don't disgrace all of us." Her mother grabbed her arm, whispering, "After all our prayers, you carry shame come house?" The press caught wind of the scandal. Billionaire groom cancels wedding after bride's greedy confession trended on Twitter for days. Memes flew. TikToks were made reenacting her infamous line, "Power of attorney on the tech shares." Amaka vanished from social media. 6 months later, Alumide was back to work, pouring his energy into a new digital education project. He was healing, slower than he'd like, but healing nonetheless. Occasionally, Fullerin teased him. "Next time you want to marry beauty with attitude, try downloading her moral compass first." He'd laugh. A dry one, but at least he laughed. One day, while driving through Yaba, he saw Amaka by the roadside. Wigs gone. Eyelashes absent. She was selling thrift clothes with a frown permanently drawn on her face. She didn't see him, but he saw her. And for the first time, he felt nothing. Just a quiet reminder that love should never come with a price tag. As for Mama, she was planning his wedding. Again. This time, to a quiet architect from Ondo who didn't own a single designer bag, but whose smile had more sincerity than any glitter could buy. Moral of the story? When Mama says my spirit doesn't accept this one, don't argue. Listen, Biko. Because sometimes the red flags are not red. They're dressed in gold and posing for wedding pictures.